Strong, smart, bold, inspired. WSSB, Girl TV.
On this episode of Girl TV, we're going to the beach.
We're going to be talking about beach safety,
Learn how to make a tasty beach snack,
and talk to a Sarasota County naturalist.
So stay tuned. There are plenty of things you can do at the beach to exercise and keep your body healthy.
One thing you can do is surf or skimboard. Skimboarding is used to ride on the incoming wave. Unlike surfing, skimboarding begins on the beach. The skimboarder runs and drops their board onto the edge of the water and sand. The person uses their running start to gain momentum to skim out breaking waves. This sport is not only fun, but a great exercise. It works your muscles while giving you a great cardio workout. On a hot day, landing in the water cools you off. Another water sport is scuba diving. Let's go to Sarah and find out more.
Hi, my name is Sarah, and today we are going to learn about scuba diving. Scuba diving is an activity that works your muscles while floating weightlessly underwater. But remember, you can only go scuba diving if you are certified. Today we are joined by Mercedes Smith, a scuba instructor from Scuba Quest in Sarasota. Thank you for coming, Miss Mercedes.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Can I ask you a few questions?
You sure can.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about scuba diving.
Scuba diving stands for self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. So it's a way to enable you to breathe underwater.
What equipment do you use?
You need a few items to allow you to do this. You need a BC or a buoyancy compensator. This holds your tank full of oxygen to you and holds it in place while you dive. You need a regulator, which has a mouthpiece that you can breathe off of, and it transfers the air from your tank to your mouth. You need some gauges to tell you how much air you have in your tank and to tell you how deep you are. And you need a way to hook your BC up to your air tank so you can fill your BC with air. You need a mask so you can see. You need fins so that you can move. And you need a weight belt to compensate for your tank underwater.
Is scuba diving considered an exercise?
I believe it is. You get work up a good appetite and burn a lot of calories while you're doing it. You get mighty sore in your legs, especially if there's a current.
What muscle groups do you use?
I would say pretty much everything, but especially your legs. Kicking requires a lot of effort.
Does it require a lot of energy?
Yes, absolutely. You want to make sure you eat a good breakfast and a good dinner afterwards.
What made you become a scuba diver?
My dad was a scuba diver, and he always took us to the beach for vacation when I was a little kid, and I always loved the ocean and learning stuff about it.
Why do you like it so much?
I like scuba diving because it enables me to see what's down there, and I like to be able to teach people about what's down there because I think the more that they know, the more that they'll want to protect it.
What does it feel like to swim and breathe underwater?
It's quite an experience. Sometimes you get nervous at first, especially if the visibility's bad. You can't see very far, but when the visibility's good and you're on a coral reef with every kind of fish you can imagine, it's the most exhilarating experience ever.
What is the proper technique to swim with fins on?
With fins on, there's 3 different kick styles, but the most important one probably is the freestyle kick, just like if you're doing a freestyle swim. You kick from your hips and keep your knees straight.
Why do you use a tank?
Because you have to be able to take some air with you underwater, and a tank's a way to compress it down, a lot of air in a little bitty space, and take it with you.
What do you have to do to become a scuba diver?
You have to sign up for a class with a certified instructor. There's several different companies you can go through, but you have to go through a class. You have some classroom sessions, some pool sessions to teach you all the skills, and then real open water sessions where you'll either get in a freshwater lake or pond or the ocean.
Cool. What inspired you to become a scuba diver?
My dad. He's a pretty good scuba diver, and he always made it seem like a really awesome thing to do.
Okay.
All right, now we're going to put Sarah in the equipment so she can try it out.
Okay. So.
Doesn't matter, put one arm in first.
Ooh.
All right, so now you do all the straps, the cummerbund are all set. And if we had our tank, we would attach this to a tank at this point, but we don't, so we're just going to simulate where it would go. Your regulators would come over your right shoulder, and your gauges would come over your left shoulder. And how about a mask?
Here.
Put it on. Pull the strap back.
Ooh. Okay. Thank you, Miss Mercedes, for letting us talk to you today. I definitely learned a lot about scuba diving and how it's a sport.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Girls Inc. is teaching girls not just about now and how to be a better person and how to be a better leader now. They teach about history and how women were treated before.
It inspires all the girls to do stuff they never knew they could do.
I've learned to be responsible, and I've learned to do what I need to do and to get it done.
Because it shows younger girls and older girls about the real world, how it's like.
You know when you go to school and the teachers just teach you? When you come here, the teachers teach you, but they treat you as if you're family, as if they care about you. It's one of those places where you can feel like you can be yourself no matter what.
You don't have to worry about being scared or anything.
It's just a really big opportunity for me to be here, and I just love it. Just being able to laugh out loud and being like girls.
Hi, I'm Daria.
And I'm Sarah. Everyone loves to spend the day on the warm sand soaking up sun rays, but most people don't realize the dangers the sun can cause on your body.
Have you ever had a skin burn so bad that you felt like your skin was actually burning? Well, that's because it is. You see, your skin is a living tissue, and when it has UV rays on it, especially when it's burned over here, it can cause a very painful burn.
Your skin can damage from being overexposed to ultraviolet radiation, also called UV rays. Your skin turns red because your body is responding to the damage.
There is an increase in blood flow from the capillary beds, which are small blood vessels. They bring cells to repair the damage, but extra blood means that there's extra blood in the capillaries, which creates redness. When you press on your skin and then release when you have a sunburn, it turns white. Then the capillaries come back and fill it up.
Now that you know what causes a sunburn, let's talk about how to prevent it.
Use sunscreens. Sunscreen comes in lotions, sprays, and gels. It helps reflect some of the ultraviolet radiation away from your skin, which causes exposure to sunlight. And it also helps prevent sunburn.
On every tube of sunscreen, there is an SPF number standing out for sun protection factor.
The SPF on sunscreen is a laboratory measurement of how effective the sunscreen is. A higher SPF level means that there's more protection against UVB rays. UVB is an ultraviolet radiation that can cause a sunburn.
The SPF number is the amount of UV radiation required to cause sunburn on skin with the sunscreen on, compared to the amount required without sunscreen.
For example, if you're wearing SPF 50, your skin will not burn until it hits exposure 50 times more than normal solar energy rays, and it'll help from normally causing sunburns.
So make sure you bring sunscreen with you when you are going to the beach or going to the pool or anywhere you go in the sun.
If you are one of those people that is most likely to have sunburn, make sure that you bring at least SPF 15, or better yet, greater than it.
Apply sunscreen at least 15 to 30 minutes before going into the sun and reapply at least every hour. Reapply more often if you are sweating or swimming a lot.
Using sunscreen with a higher SPF level for extra protection on sensitive areas such as your nose, ears, tops of your feet, and your shoulders is a very good idea.
But be careful not to use sunscreen on your lips. Instead, use the sun protection products designed just for it.
Keep all sunscreen away from your eyes and mouth. The chemicals in the lotion give a nasty taste and can sting your eyes. Instead of using it around your eyes, make sure that you wear sunglasses to prevent against sunlight.
So next time you head outdoors, keep in mind these sun safety tips. For Girl TV, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Daria. Bye.
Bye.
Growing up a girl sometimes makes me sad. They don't understand me and it makes me mad. I found my place and learn more about me every day at Girls Inc. I'm strong, smart, and bold in every way. So we're gonna try. We are more than words defined. We're gonna try.
Girls Inc. changes lives. To find out more, visit girlsincsrq.org.
About 85% of skin cancer is due to overexposure to sunlight. So to help us on this topic, we have a doctor, Ms. Cathy Milam, who specializes in dermatology. Hi.
Hello.
So what's skin cancer? Like, what's the definition of it?
Skin cancer is an abnormal growth of the skin where there's a rapid production of cells that accumulate, get larger, bigger, and sometimes can spread to other parts of a person's body.
Good. So what does sun have to do with it?
Sun is the major factor which is within our control that people can do to diminish their chances of getting skin cancer. The sun tends to make the cells in the skin become more abnormal, to grow without restraint. And I think of it as being similar to the way cigarettes can increase the risk of lung cancer. Not smoking is the major thing that people can do to reduce their lung cancer risk. People who don't smoke can get lung cancer, but not smoking, again, is the major thing within our power. The way that applies to skin cancer is the sun is the most common cause of skin cancer. It's not the only cause, but it's the only thing within our control. So hopefully by limiting our sun exposure, we can limit our risk as well.
So what do UVA and UVB rays play in the part of this?
There are many different wavelengths of light that make up the spectrum. Some rays have no effect on their skin and others can be very dangerous. In years past, the UVB rays were felt to be the burning dangerous rays and people were told to avoid them. We know now that UVA rays, the type that are in tanning booths, for instance, are extremely dangerous and we need to also have protection against that as well.
What are some of the symptoms that you get when you have skin cancer?
Typically, people come into the office with growths on their skin that are non-healing, bleeding, getting worse over time, not better. Sometimes they're painful, they're not always painful, and it's just this uncontrolled growth.
Other than skin cancer, what would you say that overexposure to sunlight can do to you?
It ages the skin, it causes more wrinkles, more brown spots, sagging. It makes skin more delicate, fragile, easily torn if you brush up against something. So there's a lot of reason to be careful about the sun, both the obvious prevention of skin cancer, but just the cosmetic effects as well.
Okay, well, thank you.
My pleasure. Yeah.
For WSSB, I'm Daria. Bye.
Yeah.
Girls Incorporated of Sarasota County is a nonprofit youth program for girls aged 5 to 14. Through a variety of different programs, Girls Inc. helps young girls become strong, smart, and bold. One way it does this is with Dream Harbour, a miniature society run completely by the girls. It has a government of elected officials, its own money and bank, shops, and even a television production studio. The mayor of Dream Harbour is 10-year-old Trinity. Let's meet her now for a tour of Dream Harbour.
Hello, I'm Trinity, and I'm the mayor of Dream Harbour.
The different jobs at Dream Harbour are the government center, the bank, and post office.
This is where all of the girls get their money for consumer break.
Mini Chef's Cafe.
The cafe, they give a snack here. Today we just had turkey salad, fresh apples, and a cookie. The Science Museum is they make gas, goo, and lava lamps and lots of other fun stuff. The gym, which is Fitness Fanatics. Shabby Chic Beauty. Color My World. WSSB Girl TV.
Right now we are in our production room, and right now we are currently working on the show, the movies, and they're all writing scripts right now.
From all of us at Girls Inc., thanks for coming on our tour.
Hi, my name is Jocelyn.
And I'm Aaliyah, and we're talking about beach safety.
When you're out in the ocean or at the beach, there's always going to be danger, so make sure you're very cautious.
So here's some things to remember. Never swim alone. When going swimming in the ocean, make sure you're always with somebody else. It's not only more fun to swim with a friend, but it's safer. If one of you are in trouble, the other can help.
Always swim where a lifeguard can see you in areas that are marked for swimmers' use. The lifeguard is trained and certified in water rescue. They use a variety of equipment to save lives. One of the things they use is called a torpedo tube. It is a hard plastic float that is towed by a rope attached to the lifeguard. This is used to help float the person the lifeguard is saving.
Have you heard of riptides or rip currents?
No, what are they? And what do they do?
Riptides are very strong currents that are in the water that can pull you towards the sea or pull you under the water.
What do you do if you're in a riptide?
You should swim parallel to the shore. Parallel means swimming along the side of the beach until the water stops pulling you. Then you swim back to the shore.
So make sure you know how to swim. Never swim alone, and when in doubt, don't go out.
When entering the water, be careful of sharp rocks and broken seashells. Stepping on these can hurt a lot. Seashells may look buried in the sand, but some can poke through and cut your foot. So always look where you're stepping.
Be careful of sand ledges. With the tides going in and out, the waves can leave sand at different heights. Be careful not to trip or fall down on them. Store drinks in plastic containers at the beach. Broken bottles and bare feet don't mix.
When swimming, face the waves instead of turning your back on them. You'll know what's coming and you won't be swallowed by a wave. Always throw trash in designated garbage cans. You don't want to be walking and lying in sand with garbage everywhere. There are cans for regular trash and recycled materials. Throwing your plastic bottles in them not only keeps the beach clean, but also helps the environment.
When fishing, throw your broken fishing lines in a special collection spots. Fishing lines thrown in the water or left in the sand can harm animals. Help birds like the pelican be safe on the beach.
Make sure you pay attention to these tips and you'll have a fun and safe time at the beach.
For Girl TV, I'm Aaliyah.
And I'm Jocelyn. Bye.
Hi everybody, I'm Rachel. Welcome to Girls Inc., a place where girls learn to be strong, smart, and bold.
When my muscles are big.
Daily sports and activities at Girls Inc. help girls to be strong in mind and body. Hiya! You're smart about choices. You don't always go along with the crowd. You pay attention in class and get good grades. Girls Inc. makes learning about science, math, art, and technology fun. Programs like Project Bold help girls become strong leaders, build self-confidence, and teaches girls to be themselves.
I am Girls Inc.
I'm Girls Inc. I am Girls Inc.
Hi, I'm Jocelyn, and today we are joined by a special guest. Her name is Miss Lynda Eppinger. She is Sarasota County's Park Naturalist. Thank you for joining us, Miss Lynda.
Thank you.
What do you do as a naturalist?
The job is very broad, but if I have to break it down, I'm going to say we do resource management, resource monitoring, land management, and environmental education.
So where do you mostly work?
My office is at Philippi State Park here in Sarasota, but most of the time I'm in the field, which means I could be at the beaches or at any of our Sarasota County parks.
What inspired you to become a naturalist?
When I was a kid, I was the kind of kid that caught bugs and snakes and minnows and all kinds of things like that. I loved to be outdoors. I loved to play like that. And when I got older, and I wasn't a park naturalist, I was doing something else. My daughter was going to a school that promoted environmental concern and recycling and things like that, and she kind of brought that home and shared it with our family, and got me thinking more and more about the environment, and so much so that I decided to go back to school and get my degree in environmental studies.
So what do you do for Sarasota's beaches?
We have a lot of different activities that we do down there. One of the things we do, for instance, is to coordinate with Moat Marine Labs to monitor the sea turtle population so that our beach management activities don't interfere with nesting sea turtles. Another thing that we do is we protect the dunes with signage and monitoring down there, because there are a lot of gopher tortoises that actually live in the dunes. We also have nesting shorebirds. We have 4 endangered species of nesting shorebirds that nest here at Sarasota County beaches, and we make sure that those nesting areas get staked off during the nesting season so that the birds can nest without being interrupted by people just walking up and down the beach. We also do a lot of programming down at the beach. Like, for instance, we have volunteer naturalists who, I have 4 volunteer naturalists that work for me, and they do all kinds of nature programs, nature walks, beach walks, all kinds of things like that. We also have a program called Beach University that is about a 6 to 8 week series of classes that teach about all different aspects of beaches, and those are attended by about 120 to 150 people for each session. And then the last thing that we do is we develop interpretive signage, which are signs that teach about different things on the beach.
So it sounds like you deal with a lot of natural aspects of the beaches.
Everything natural at the beaches is somehow or another under our wing. We look after all those animals that I talked about. The sea turtles, the gopher tortoises, the nesting shorebirds, even the plants and the dune plants, sea oats and things like that. All of those things are something that we deal with on a daily basis and work to protect. And so yes, all things natural.
So what can a girl like me do to help?
There are all kinds of, number one, there are all kinds of opportunities for volunteerism at the beaches. You can contact Sarasota County Call Center at 861-5000 and ask about volunteer opportunities. If you're interested specifically in beaches, you can tell them that and they'll direct you accordingly. But we have all kinds of cleanups down there and things like that. Now, if you're interested in it as a career, you would be more, you can look into courses in environmental studies, marine biology, any kind of science courses that you can get, things like that.
Cool. Thanks for joining us, Miss Lynda. For Girl TV, I'm Jocelyn. Bye.
Bye.
G-I-R-L-S, G-I-R-L-S, girls on the run, yeah, girls on the run. G-I-R-L-S, G-I-R-L-S, girls on the run, yeah, girls on the run.
G-I-R-L-S, G-I-R-L-S, girls on the run, girls on the run. G-I-R-L-S, G-I-R-L-S, girls on the run, girls on the run.
Girls on the Run is a program that takes place after school for girls to learn life lessons.
She sees the starting line, she just can't wait. Her heart is pounding, yeah, she knows it's fate. The count goes off, the wave begins, her breath is steady. She's with her friends, she's a girl on the run.
So much from those girls. There's so much wisdom. They will come up with so much to help each other. It's just incredible.
My favorite part of Girls on the Run is getting to talk with the girls about how this program affects them and changes their life.
Girls on the Run is the best thing you can ever imagine. You get to hang out, play, and learn stuff.
It's a fun environment and you can work with your teammates. Coaches, they help you out, and your teammates, they encourage you.
It makes you stronger, it makes you build your confidence.
They're inspiring me to do whatever I want to do. I believe in myself and I do really good things.
You should celebrate your life.
If you're feeling down, they will always help you back up and make you feel much better.
We hear it all the time from the coaches and the women and the families that we work with that while the program has certainly significantly changed their girls' lives for the better, how it's improved the lives of the adults that come in contact with the program has been astounding.
And it just makes me feel really happy when I just get really emotional sometimes.
Up ahead, the